Yes, guys, welcome to another episode of the Halftime Podcast, which has some controversial feelings about. Copley made that very clear in the weekend. In the weekend, good England, we're rolling with it. Anyway, I'll tell you what, a lot of the big teams dropped points this weekend. The only two teams that didn't reside in Manchester. What can I
City
say?
United.
What can I
City
say?
United.
So, where should we start? Should we start with the first game of the weekend, Chelsea?
What a great way to introduce everybody, Cal. Jordan's first podcast. You haven't introduced him. You haven't said who you're here with.
Thanks, Cal, mate. I appreciate it.
All you've done is laugh at the fact that you fucked up and then said, fuck it, all the big teams lost.
Everyone knows who's here. They can, but now they can all recognise our voices, and if they don't, well, they'll get to know.
There's also labels at the top.
Yeah, but not everyone will have the video version. But anyway, we should digress. So,
for you, that is.
I mean, that was one take, and people lie about the first take. That was the first take. We just rolled with it.
First take. Yeah. It's raw.
Yeah, and that's what we do around here.
First point, we may as well start with the team that are still in first. Arsenal, just about. Hanging on by a thread. Game in hand, though. All right, game in hand. Held to a draw against a tricky Brentford side. A very tricky Brentford side. Very frustrating to watch. And I think the loss to... We didn't do a podcast last week, did we? So
no,
we didn't hear about Arsenal losing to Everton, thank God.
We can touch on it.
Yeah. I genuinely, as an Arsenal fan, I genuinely feel like yesterday's draw hurts more because of the fact that we lost to Everton. Don't know who I said to yesterday. It might have been Sip, actually.
Yeah.
But if Arsenal beat Everton last week and drew to Brentford this week, I would have been like, you know what? Brentford's flying high.
That's a blip, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll take it. But it was the fact that we lost to Everton last week and we dominated the game yesterday, but we drew to Brentford yesterday, and it was a bit frustrating. The last couple of weeks for an Arsenal fan has been a bit frustrating, and there's a chance on Wednesday that I might cry, depending on how it goes.
I think the Spurs result obviously helped last weekend as well. If Villa would have rolled them over, you would have been
like... By the way, just quickly, right? Last weekend when City were playing Spurs, I was driving home on a nice long drive, and I was listening to the City Spurs game on the radio, and a couple of the pundits after the game were saying that it's an absolute disgrace and an embarrassment to football for the fact that Arsenal fans were celebrating the fact that Spurs beat Man City, which I think is fucking ludicrous. I love the fact that Spurs beat Man City.
That's just TalkSport being TalkSport, I can imagine.
It's very Spursy to help you again, isn't it?
Actually, it was BBC 5 Live, because TalkSport didn't have the commentary.
Same mate.
Yeah, but I was sitting there thinking, simple fact is that this season, Spurs and Arsenal, we don't care about Spurs this season. Just it's as simple as that. So for Spurs to beat City for us, I very much enjoyed celebrating a Spurs goal when City conceded. I loved it. I loved every second. But yeah, City they're creeping back, aren't they?
It's not a great time to come out of form for Arsenal.
This is the thing. I think the Everton game last week was frustrating. You know, they're fighting for their place, aren't they?
Yeah.
New manager,
Dyche, which is the classic 4-4-2 low block.
4-4 fucking
Arteta just won manager of the month as well. That curse.
Yeah. And we saw it again against Brentford yesterday. It was a very 11 men behind the ball all game. It was 11 men behind the ball from Brentford. It was a low block. It was if the ball goes out to Saka, okay, there's two people on you. If the ball goes out to Martinelli, okay, there's two people on you. You don't have any space in front of the front four. Odegaard, you can't do what you want. And it was just very, very frustrating. We couldn't break them down. We did break him down eventually, and then 2 minutes later we conceded. I don't know what move Ramsdale performed, but it's not something I see very often.
Who scored your goal again?
Trossard scored his first goal.
Oh yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
I think, obviously, Brentford did score. It was disallowed. It wasn't a free kick. It shouldn't have been disallowed. They blew up a bit too hastily on that, but I don't know how the officials didn't check the offside for the Brentford goal. But what can you do, eh?
Yeah, that is bizarre.
This season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It is.
I actually see it in real time. I just saw the story today, didn't actually make any sense.
Oh, mate, they checked. So there was 2 offside checks. There was one on the bloke that looks like Snoop Dogg. What's his name? Pinnock. think it's Pinnock. He looks like Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah.
And he was offside when the ball came in from the free kick, and he was obstructing Gabriel. And I thought that's what they were checking the offside for, and I think that's what they were checking the offside for. They decided not to give it, and the ball was bounced around a little bit, and it come to maybe Norgard or someone like that.
Yeah, I think it
at
was
the back
Norgard,
post, who headed it across. Ramsdale performed his fucking that move and looked over him, and Tony tucked it away. The person that knocked it back over was offside, and they didn't check it.
But
They
even,
didn't draw the
even
lines.
today in the City game, you're seeing where they were drawing the lines and where they were looking.
Yeah.
And their right back was keeping them on by big.
Yeah,
I'm doing about a foot with hands for those watching. But it was quite a margin, and they're only looking at the sort of angle of where the player is, and that player was kept on anyway, or he was kept off, one of the two. But it was like someone was keeping him on like miles away that wasn't even in the camera shot. So it's a pretty focal point of how they're doing the VAR at the moment. They're not looking at where they actually need to be looking in a lot of cases.
Yeah, it was strange. It was strange they didn't draw the lines on the offside, but it's the swings and roundabouts, and it shouldn't be swings and roundabouts with VAR, but it still is. So we've had decisions that have gone against us and for us. So
we've probably mentioned it before, but with how long we've now had VAR, you would have thought they would have had more VAR cameras in each stadium.
I think next year they're going to the semi-automated offside, like the World Cup.
Yeah,
I think that's coming in from next year.
I'll be happy because that way then there's
no bias. It's literally
no bias. If you were a nail's length offside, you were offside, and that way it's 100% fair for all teams and all competitions that use it. It's the way it should be, because you've got donkeys that are currently trying to make decisions and there's human error involved. So it's not good. It's not good enough, but it is what it is. I mean, the actual topic of the Arsenal thing was, is it going to be a repeat of last year? Well, obviously we bottled fourth. We bottled Champions League. We won't be bottling fourth this year. I don't even think Arsenal can do that.
It'd be something.
That'd be very impressive.
It would be impressive. It would be impressive. In fact,
especially how shit everyone else outside it is.
It's probably what the whole footballing world actually want. Is for us to bottle fourth.
No, never.
Will we bottle the title? Fuck knows. I don't know. We made signings in January.
See, I like talking to you. If Aaron was here, he'd be going, no, we're going to fucking do C, and then we're going to go on an unbeaten run.
He's got a bit nervous. Yeah. He's starting to feel the pressure.
Well, the thing is, before the game, he was like, Chaz was like, "Oh, I'm nervous for this Brentford game." He's like, "Nah, fuck it. I reckon we'll batter him." Obviously, that's just his way every game. Yeah. But this game on Wednesday is going to be fucking.
I think
huge.
The only thing is we have seen it a little bit. This is like the second small purple patch for Arsenal. I think the other time you had that Leeds Southampton 2. I don't know if they were back to back or there could have been a game in between where you played Leeds and Southampton and you didn't play very well.
Against Leeds and we drew with Southampton.
Yeah. I think I don't know if they were back to back as well. So I think it could be just a similar situation where you just had 2 off days.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 2 low blocks that we've played in the last 2 games have not helped. We really struggle at breaking them down. It seems like teams are kind of finding out a little bit how to defend against Arsenal.
Is it a case of teams figuring out how to eventually play against this Arsenal side?
Exactly, and obviously, whilst it's 0-0, teams can put 2 people on Saka and 2 people on Martinelli. If we can get a goal, then the other team have to stop playing the low block as much and try and actually go and get something. Just so happened at the weekend, they went and scored about 5 minutes later.
We got that menace up top.
Yeah, I mean, if
Plus
we look at,
please join us, please. I
mean, 13 jewels.
We've got it down as our last topic, but we might as well integrate it into this one so we can stop talking about fucking Arsenal.
Thanks.
Just how big is Wednesday night? Let me tell you, it's fucking massive.
Yeah,
in terms of
anything short of season defining is pretty underselling it.
I think it's probably Arsenal's biggest game that I can remember in a very, very long time. Very long time. It's
at home as well.
It's at home
for you.
Yeah. Look, I think because the worst part is that 2 weeks ago, I was sitting there thinking, I'll take 2 points against Man City over 2 games.
Yeah, you could afford it.
Now I'm sitting there thinking, I don't want 2 points.
They're only 3 points behind with a game extra played.
We've got a game in hand.
Yeah.
But, the issue is that when you go up against Man City in the race for the Premier League, you've got to be nearly perfect. Even
Mm.
this year, Cities don't look as great as they have been, but you've still got to be nearly
And they're
perfect
still
because
there.
they're always going to be there. They're always going to be either at the top or second. It's as simple as that.
I mean, they've still got most goals scored as well. Considering we're saying they're not as good as they have been, they've still got a plus 34 goal difference. I think second is Arsenal, which is plus 28. So
when Pep finally figures out that he needs to play his best defenders, then maybe I don't know what's been going on with Diaz and Laporte, but I've seen him on the bench like 4 weeks in a row, and eventually they start playing him.
Yeah, it's strange. But if Arsenal can go ahead and beat Man City on Wednesday, I mean that does wonders to the table. But imagine the confidence
bounce
that
back,
brings the
yeah.
team.
mentally, yeah.
Like if we go and lose to Man City on Wednesday, we're no longer top of the table. We've just been beaten by the team we're up in the race against. That will
The mental's gone.
the mental's
And
gone,
then
mate.
you got still got to play him at their ground as well.
Yeah,
Arteta's got to pull out the
You'll still have more
biggest.
fans at their ground than what they will anyway. So it's another home game. It's another home
They
game.
won a penalty today. I didn't know who won it.
This is true. This is very true. Literally, like
Mahrez was on it though.
Yeah, that was strange, but you couldn't tell who the fuck won the penalty because their fans inside the stadium were absolute shit. But this is the biggest game of the season for
one thing
the
that
league.
is if people want to say it's looking good for you or not, whatever. But Haaland did go out injured at half time, so
Go out injured.
yeah,
Thigh.
his hammy,
He got
thigh.
brought off at half time.
Yeah,
But I'm in the camp that actually thinks that could potentially make them better.
Yeah, so some people say yes,
So
some people
I
say
think
no, but
the
who
way
knows?
they play, I think Alvarez suits their play style better
Yeah.
100%.
than more Haaland. It's a lot of times where you see them, they don't play the killer ball, which they should, and I think that's sort of where Arsenal are a little bit ahead on that. They actually play killer because they've got runners, whereas City don't. They're just side to side, side to side, side to side.
Listen, right.
I wonder if it's Pep's
on Saturday, I watched 90 minutes of Saliba not win one aerial duel. Right? If Haaland's not playing on Wednesday, I don't have to worry about that.
That's what I was going to say. Even if Haaland played, and obviously what we've just seen from Tony, I don't think Pep would be like, yeah, we're going to play, knock it up long to Haaland. I just don't think he's not. Actually, I would say his ego's too big to say, well, we're playing it on the ground how we always play, regardless.
Yeah, like I am as a fan, like Haaland is a bit of a monster, but I'm not. I would be more scared of Harry Kane than I would Haaland, if that makes sense. Like you know, I think Alvarez in that City team would be better against Arsenal than Haaland in that City team, and I really hope that Alvarez doesn't play.
Just because I didn't get to gas up the Tottenham performance from last week, but Romero showed if you let Haaland know you're there early doors, he don't want any of it anymore. And that's the thing, when you stop that supply to him, he offers fucking nothing. Which I know, obviously, okay, they do, and he scored, obviously, however many goals.
You've seen it time and time again this season, though.
There's so many
6,
games
7
he's blanked.
a
Do you
game.
know what I mean? That's the thing that the Alvarez would be an interesting dynamic to try and deal with. And as well, I don't think like scouting reports would have that much on Alvarez to know how to sort of what he sort of offers.
They'll probably just go off what he did at the World Cup, I'd imagine. But that's where he's played the most, and that was ages ago. Obviously, a totally different style of play. So, yeah, as you say, they're not going to have a lot on him.
What you just put in the chat, what you just shared is just really made me even madder.
Yeah,
It's pissed me off. It is just so stupid. You can see it from the picture that he's offside, for fuck's sake. They didn't draw the fucking lines.
Yeah, it's not great.
Hey, look, I mean, at least if we don't win the league and say we lose the league by a point, at least it's going to have an asterisk next to it because the decision was wrong.
Look at this guy.
Don't get me
fucking enough about Arsenal. Let's move on. So
Talking
my
about
second
shit-
favourite,
talk
my
about shit
second favourite
teams.
topic.
Newcastle. What happened, Jordan?
Spurs. It's Spurs first.
Oh God.
God.
What,
I think
what a difference a week makes.
I think
Because
it's
So much
very.
changing on me.
Sip, you said it as well after the game. You're like, oh, hopefully we can take this and move on.
Bit
I
of
think it's
momentum.
very. When we played Liverpool and Arsenal early on, you were like, well, it's big game tax. Obviously, can you do it against the little teams? I think that kind of sums up big game tax pretty perfectly. You absolutely dismantle City. Obviously, they've always struggled at your ground.
Yeah.
But then you go and get absolutely
pounded.
You
By
got
Leicester.
battered.
Like, bad.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously you've got we had Romero out. Obviously Hugo has been bad, but obviously he's still fucking Fraser Forster as a backup.
He did say hold my beer.
Yeah, the thing is, post City game, it was the first time I think all season we'd had a fully fit squad. During the week, Hugo's out for 67 weeks. Okay, that's fine. Some Instagram videos come out. We see Basuma in a boot around the. Okay, fuck right. He's out. He's out for a bit. He's got to have surgery on his foot. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that for one game. Fucking now, Bentancur's out for 6 to 7 months, possibly 8, and it looks like Basuma's now out for 2 months for that surgery. And you think
You didn't sign anyone.
the thing is, people were asking for Sarr.
6.4.
What?
He said he didn't
6.4.
sign anyone. You signed 6.4. Little joke with Randall.
Pedro Porra dropped to 6.4 according to SofaScore.
Oh right, yeah, but I mean, our club is in such a mess at the minute. So I saw a tweet when we lost to Colchester in the FA Cup in 2019. Don't know if you remember that game. We lost on penalties. Very embarrassing. But we started that game with Davies, Dyer, and Tanganga in the back line in 2019, and here we are in 2022, still starting games with them. Do you know what I mean?
Like, it's even worse.
It's just fucking appalling. But then, like someone else said, Conte's now lost more games than I think Andre Villas-Boas did in less games, and he's got a far better squad. So like, there's such a combination.
I was looking at the table earlier because I was interested to see how many games Newcastle had drawn, and I saw Newcastle games, and then I saw the amount of games you lost, and I thought, "Fuck me, you're doing well to be there."
I mean, we've conceded the most goals in the top 10.
Yeah, like, I mean, from my point of view,
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool conceded 34. We've done 30. Oh no, wait.
We're up there from the start. We've had 10 in 2 games.
No, Liverpool conceded 28. We've done 35.
No.
You've done 28 as well. We've done 35 goals.
What was Arsenal
done? 18. Conceded 18.
Nice.
Newcastle have conceded 13.
Newcastle 3.
But yeah, to summarise, the club's in a horrible spot where it's basically the Spider-Man meme, where the manager's pointing at the players are pointing at the manager, the fans are pointing at the board, and like there's fucking like everyone's to blame essentially. So it's really good, fun.
Yeah. From
another year.
From my point of view on it, this result is the result that I would say maybe 50% of the games that you've played deserved.
Probably
in the sense that
there's a lot of times we got away with it, but this time we just didn't.
Yeah, you got punished this time.
And that's like I said, our defending yesterday was fucking atrocious. And I know people are obviously going to say that it was Spursy, but it was even impressive for us to go 1-0 up and then lose 4-1. We don't often get that battered after going 1-0 up.
You thought after 1-0 up, 16 minutes, you thought,
well, yeah, it's Leicester. We're fucking. Do you know what I mean?
And be all right.
We started well, but no, we just started to absolutely fucking tank it. Got the San Siro on Tuesday, so that should be fun.
Yeah,
I think that Bentancur injury is massive as well because he's
massive.
Huge.
Second best player this year.
But behind Kane, he's our most important player. And I was actually just like obviously just looking at the table, and you think how little like goals our squad has actually scored. Like if we didn't have Kane, we'd be so fucking mid-table. But Bentancur is fucking vital to us. So now to lose him for 6-7 months is
But what's it going to be now? Is Skip going to get his? Is he going to Skip get his call up?
The thing is, on Tuesday, Højbjerg's suspended for the first leg. So
Skip's going to have to play.
Did you put Skip and Sarr in, who are 21 and 22 at the San Siro in the Champions League? So it's
it might be something you need though.
Oh yeah, possible like just throw him at the deep end sort of thing and hope they can
swim. Young, hungry players. Yeah. You know, Skip's hungry.
Who's your other option?
We don't have one.
Was that literally?
We will be Skip and Sarr.
We've got Skip and Sarr. We've got Basuma out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Suspended.
Who else could you actually play? Is that it?
I've seen people ask for fucking Eric Dyer to be pushed out because obviously that's where he started. But mate, fuck it. I don't even know where we go from here at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like when we're good under Conte, we're fucking unreal. When we're bad, we're fucking atrocious, like really bad, and we're bad more than we're good. The fact that we are still somehow in the FA Cup, Champions League, and in the top 4 race is a fucking Christmas miracle. It's laughing all year. Okay, anyway, Newcastle.
Just fast forward to the next window. Do you think Kane leaves, or do you think he resigns?
I don't know. to me, I'm probably like a bit stupid, but he's a fucking moron. The fact he loves the club this much is so impressive to me. But I don't know how he's still now looking around going, yeah, this is the place for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And people say close to him that he just wants to win with us, no matter what it is. He wants to win something, which is fair enough. But I think, brother in Christ, just do yourself a favour. Just go and win.
It's admirable, but foolish at the same time.
Yeah, and people say obviously it shows lack of ambition, but some people say going to Man City, who have won the league 4 out of 5 years, and winning the league, that's not really that ambitious because it doesn't. Well, they've done it every time. But if I was him, I'd be on Sky Scanner now. But his loyalty to us is unbelievable. Crazy. I don't know where we're going. And like I said, when we've got Daniel Levy coming out doing an interview saying, we've tried to give the team as much as we can afford. Brother, we made 400 million in revenue last year. We are, I think, 300 million under the threshold for financial fair play. Do you know what I mean? It's all good pointing the fingers at Chelsea and City going, they're derailing the fucking league. No, they're winning. That's what they're doing. It's as simple as that.
They're not.
Fuck them.
Well, no, but... No,
that thing, what's that saying? The first sign of being crazy or something. It's like doing the same thing over and over again. Like Kane, someone needs to go have a look at his brain, because I get how winning a trophy with Spurs would be so much more than if he hopped to City and won 3 Premier Leagues. It would be so much more for him, maybe his legacy, if he won a decent trophy with Spurs.
That's
but
it. That's
realistically, there's no sign of that happening. No. Let alone there's not even a glimmer of hope.
When we've had the same back three as we've had in 2019, like I said, I saw I'm a big Dyer fan, right? But when Kane broke the record, and it was he posted saying he'd been present for 264 of Kane's 267 goals, you think, fucking hell, you've done well to last this long. Do you know what I mean? Ben Davies, again, he's all right. He'd look all right at Southampton. Do you know what I mean? These aren't the players that we need, but we're just always shopping on the B list, and that's always the way it's going to be. But we've got a nice training ground though, so.
Not bad stadium, yeah.
Very nice stadium, yeah.
Nice stadium. Well, if they got a final day, I'm sure there's going to be rocking in there.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that.
Just wait for Poch at the end of the season.
Is there a concert in there on the FA Cup final day?
Yeah, Beyonce, and the day after.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to have a little rant about that, because people are saying we're not even there, right? But the thing is, the fact is sure, we're not there, and we probably won't get there. But if we did, what the fuck are your fans going to do? Do you know what I mean? The local residents of Tottenham would love to come out and celebrate by the ground. I don't know, the players come back, show it off. What? And we've got fucking Queen Bee dropping single ladies.
She wouldn't come. She wouldn't come. She'd cancel. She would.
I hope so, but that's the thing. But that just shows our board and where their minds are. It's fuck it. Could be our first trophy in 17 years. But no, that's fine. Let's just book some more fucking concerts. Yeah, anyway, moving on. I fucking hate this club. I really.
He's kicking.
It's what I say. No one, no other fan hates Tottenham more than Tottenham fans do, because my fucking God, we're annoying. Oh, right, what's next on that topic list?
It's a topic that I don't really like speaking about. As you know, winning.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Sorry.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
No, we'll get there.
It's about a team that I can't stand watching.
Yeah,
Newcastle.
Fuck me, you are boring.
I don't think anyone can stand watching them at all. It
was a spectacle. It really had it all.
In the last 6, Bournemouth, you think you know,
rock bottom.
Play some form of attacking football against them. I think first half we were piss poor, and I think Bournemouth actually played very well. You see with a few little headers that they had in, it was good football, and we were just sort of not clinging on, but neither chance really had a killer chance. Our team really had a killer chance.
Well, but by that Trippier clearance off the line, you were a Trippier clearance.
We were convinced it was in.
I think that's the closest to being over. That's not over that we've seen in a while, because
stopped it dead.
Yeah, that's quite impressive.
The end of the game did seem quite end to end. Bournemouth would just counter and have a chance. Then Newcastle would go and have a chance, and Bournemouth would go and have a chance.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. I mean, it's one of those as well. Now we've got an issue with the Willock injury, a hamstring possibly, or thigh injury.
Almiron.
I mean, Almiron, see the size of his hand.
Yeah, that was
massive.
gross.
He looked
Max's
looked like Sam Smith at the VMAs or whatever it was. I swear to God, his hand was massive. So I mean, he can still play. You know, he'll get a cast arm, whatever.
Yeah.
Batman mask, what they can do nowadays. But like, I don't know the way that we've set up now with obviously that Willock injury. Usually what we do is we play then Joe Linton on the wing. We'd swap it with Maxi. But I mean, we're struggling for midfielders at the minute. I think the Gordon signing hasn't fucked her because we sort of needed that attacking presence, but at the same time, we needed another midfielder because you can't have a team that plays 3 in midfield and not have a rotational midfield, which we now don't have.
How many more games has Bruno got of his
One.
suspension?
He's got 1 in this against Liverpool. But it's that thing. So if we are going to play 3 in the midfield, it's if we were playing 4-4-2 Brexit dashball, it would be fine because we'd have someone to rotate in and out of the 3. But in a 3 in the midfield, you've got no one. We're going to play Longstaff. We all know what he's like. It's really not looking good. Longstaff, Joe Linton, fair enough. But that's what I mean. I don't think we need to start Maxi. I think we need to start someone else and bring him on.
Did Maxi not get injured as well? I don't know if he's out
no,
for
he
long.
did.
But...
He went off injured as well. To be fair, he landed awkwardly. But so that's the thing. So now possibly looking at Almiron out, Maximin out, Joe Willock out.
I feel your pain, brother.
We're going to start Murphy and Fraser.
Nice.
So it's we're in a real stinking spot. We're in the same spot as Spurs where
everyone's dying.
Yeah, we've possibly got maybe a starting 11. Maybe.
If you're lucky. But we kind of said this at the start of the season, obviously, because I forget you signed in January, but in the summer last year. But there's only so many games a human can like put up with week in, week out, and obviously, now we're getting to the second half of the season, and you're dropping like flies for lack of a better term.
It's as I say, it's even a case of if we hadn't have maybe signed Gordon, or if we did sign Gordon, we just sign squad rotation somewhere, but we haven't. So when you get stuff like this, we've got no one to bring in.
Hey, there's a nice little Italian that plays for Arsenal that I really don't want that you can have if you want.
No, you can keep him. You can keep him.
Sure?
We're getting McTominay. We're getting McTominay in summer, so it's fine.
And Madison.
I'll carry him myself. I'll carry him. I don't drive, but I'll carry him.
But no, at this point, that's what I mean. In hindsight, what you'd look at is you'd look at it and think, well, I would rather have just not got Gordon. I would have lumped in for Madison or something of the sort if we hadn't known how things were going. Because, as I say, yes, we would have had to start Fraser, but if we're going to play 3 in the midfield, we need 3 players. Like you
Madison
can't
can play out there as well.
He can, but that's the thing. He's a
Not
10, and we
ideal,
don't play a
but
10 either, so he wouldn't work. But as I say, I'd rather strengthen in the midfield or squad rotation in the midfield than sign players that we possibly don't need. But yeah, all in all, it's one of those where if you don't win, don't lose. So it's another draw.
It's not
another
the end
boring
of the world.
game.
You've got a tricky few weeks coming up though. You got Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
United,
not as tricky as United though.
It's one of those that feels worse because Spurs lose to Leicester and it gives you that chance to like go up a little bit.
Yeah, we can't. So we've still got a game in hand. We're already 2 points up, so it's possible 5 points up. Same level games, but it's one of those things. Well, if we had have won, we were closing in on United, and now we're not.
You would have been level,
Well, not anymore, obviously after that day. But that's the thing. So at the time, we would be level, but it's one of those. It's a bit of a stinger, kind of like obviously the Arsenal situation. They've dropped points. It's one of those. If you draw and if you win, or if you win and lose, at least you've got 3 points and you're not left with 1. It's a case where we could have had the 3, but we were actually really, really poor again. Same old draws and draws and draws.
Yeah. I wonder how many out of those, because like when Arsenal draw, like out of what you drawn, like 11 games.
11 draws, 1 loss.
I wonder how many of those you actually think you deserve to win. Because whenever I watch Newcastle, they're really good.
I think start of the season, the draws at the start of the season were probably the games where you could probably look most closely and be like, well, yeah, we probably deserve that win.
Liverpool.
But I think as the season's gone, Liverpool was the loss. That was the 97th minute.
which was correct.
Stinker where they got plus 10 minutes. Yeah, mate, we were stinking.
Wait,
We've always been stinking.
what was the game where Willett got pushed from behind and then pushed into the keeper and that was disallowed?
That was Wolves, wasn't it?
I don't know what game it was, but that was.
No, it's
fucking
Palace. I
hilarious.
think. I think
Oh, yeah,
Palace.
it was
Yeah,
Palace.
yeah,
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 sorry,
yeah.
not Liverpool. Palace
That was
deserved to
But-
win.
Because like
Early season, you'd look at it and think, yeah, we probably deserve that. But as it's gone on, I think maybe as it's became more strenuous on the players, they have sat back. They've went into Bruce ball and
yeah,
possibly just started
They're
lumping
not
it
quite-
defense first and pushing up slowly later, rather than playing the high line that we originally did and taking the ball up. Joe Linton run around like a fucking dog. Like we've not had it. He's not had a yellow card in 3 games or something. Like I've been lumping on Sky Bet, mate. He's got nothing. Dan Burn, first 5 games of the season, yellow card, yellow card, yellow card, yellow card. He's not had one since I put a bet on him.
Yeah.
I was going to say, an
you
issue
can't
is
write
as
it.
well.
Against Saka as well. How's he not getting a yellow against? Like it's one of these where we're just sitting off and letting players come over and yes, we're stacking up, but it's a case of we're not taking the ball off anyone. We can't counter. It's just sitting back and hoping they make some form of mistake. And it's getting to the point where it's really, really like how we were playing last season, where it was stinking horrible.
The goals are
Just-
drying up a bit as well.
yeah,
Even
from so you're right.
you
Isaac,
can
he's
defend,
Bambi.
but
He's Bambi.
Like he has like moments of not greatness, but like you see moments where you're like, that's all right, mate.
Ooh.
For a nice
Little
6'2"
flash.
or however tall you are, like little back heel here and there. You've seen it the goal that he set up when he pulled it back to maximum maybe a couple of games ago down the line. Like he's fast, he's quick, he's agile. He's not very strong. Kind of loses it in his feet. It's like, kind of like the same with Maximin. He within his a lot of the time.
Your mic went there. What'd you say? Your mic cut out. It's
Sorry,
kind of like
guys.
Maximin.
Yeah, Maximin. He loses the ball in his feet as well. We've got too many
Yeah.
players who get the ball trapped within the feet. Joe Linton's the same. He's got big, long strides, just loses the ball. Case of we take too long to get it back, and when we do have it, we waste the possession.
I mean, for his price tag, it's disappointing. Like,
Oh no, of course. What was it? 70, 63, 60 between the
63 or
range.
60
something
plus
like that,
million.
Not far off what you're looking at for maybe like Nunez or something. Like I mean, at least Nunez is
Yeah.
playing. Like
Yeah.
Isaac, he's coming on as game
He's
time.
just been
and-
injured. He was injured for quite a while.
Yeah.
That's why he's not in my discussion for flop of the season, because he's been injured for quite a while.
Mhm.
But it's a
Oh,
big
but
price tag.
Richarlison gets called the flop as well.
Yeah, he's
alright,
an
I'm
arsehole,
good.
though,
He's
no one cares about
Spurs.
him.
He's Spurs. So
He's
He's been in the Prem for years and years. Isaac's came
okay.
over from Sociedad.
Injuries are
Bless
different
him.
than if you're new.
Yeah, of course they are.
Obviously, he's
No, he's shy.
Spurs.
He's an arsehole as
Come
well.
on now. How long was he injured for? A month?
He's missed 15 games for us. So
15 games?
yeah,
Just
Well, that's
don't
his
be
fault.
injury prone. You
Yeah,
know
just
what I
don't
mean?
be injury prone.
exactly. That's
Pretty obvious.
Exactly. Yeah.
Daniel Levy's at it again.
Talking of flop of the season, Richarlison, I mean, my word. What's he got to do?
Too
Useless
right.
bastard.
I was more swinging towards the Sterling. Where's he been?
I don't need him now. They got fucking...
Someone's called it.
We'll get onto them in a second, but Chelsea's like everyone just came back at once. They just went,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, Reece James is here, Chilwell's here, Sterling's here, this player's here. We're all back at once.
Oh, is Chilwell
They
back now?
still drew one.
Yeah, they're all back. Chilwell was on the bench again.
Nice.
Well, let's speak about Chelsea. We'll save the United till second last, because they
So we
actually
can fall
won.
asleep.
Yeah, these to speak. Chelsea's multi-million pound signings struggled to make an impact against a David Moyes team.
It's weird because first
Yeah.
25 minutes Chelsea was shit hot. Scored 3 goals, 2 of them obviously disallowed, and they looked pretty fucking good. And we're thinking, okay, and then just nothing, just for the remaining 70
They've got
minutes.
the same fucking issue that
They
every
don't
signing
have a
they made,
striker.
every signing they made, I was like, okay, good signing, but you still don't have someone who's going to score. Right? 'Cause
Havertz is still leading the line.
Havertz is still shit. He's just not good enough. Like Enzo played well. Who did they draw to? Before
Fulham.
West Ham.
Fulham.
Yeah, he played well there. He played from. I watched the first half and then second half. God, it was boring. He played pretty well against West Ham. Obviously, Felix looked good until he fucking kicked someone, and then again against West Ham looked pretty good. But Havertz is just shit. It's just as simple as that. They're not going to win. They're not going to win games if they don't have an out-and-out goal scorer. They're all like link-up players, but none of them are like, right, we're going to bag you 15 goals every year, Bosh.
I know they've obviously got Nkunku coming in the summer, but this is what we're saying. Like, the fact they didn't put some money aside and go, right, Brentford, here's 60 mil for Tony. I don't think Brentford can turn down that sort of money. Like, do you know what I mean? No, we're hypothetically coppers. Do you know what I mean? I was surprised that they didn't even sniff at it because they can offer the money that even Brentford could go, oh fucking hell, we got a bit of an issue here because that's life changing for them. So
I thought the same with fucking 70 mil for Caicedo, but apparently he's worth 120. They held out like he didn't go to anyone.
You'll get him for that price
in the Champions League squad.
Yeah,
he's off to LAFC, I think, or like rumored to be.
That Fofana's obviously not.
Is he young? Is he like 2021?
I don't know. I don't know how old he is. I know he scored a few goals for Mould, but again, Mould. But then Havertz he's not your guy to go and score you goals in big games. Well, not necessarily big games, but games you need to win like that.
That's the thing. I've said to Chelsea fans, like, I know he's got the Champions League final goal in the bank, right, which has saved him massively, I think. But without that, would you be asking for more? And it's got to the point now where they say, even with that, we're still a little bit like we need more. And obviously, with the likes 100%. Of Mount having fucking stinker after stinker, it's just
your boy Cal is absolutely.
That's my boy.
Horrible mullet on him, by the way.
Oh, don't tell me. He hasn't got a mullet.
Oh, he's tried to, yeah. So he's just got like a little fade inside, and like the rest of it sort of
my boy,
big and puffy at the back. But
why do you like Mount so much?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a Mount and Frank fetish.
Frank Lampard. No, Frank Lampard's he's a horrendous manager.
No, on their signings though, that Badder Shields looked alright.
Not in the Champions League squad.
No. But he looked right. Enzo, 2 games. Has looked
so, what were the 3 players they added to the Champions League
Mudryk,
squad?
Felix, and Enzo.
Yeah.
You can only add 3.
Yeah,
in January,
3 new ones. Yeah.
I think it's just sort of a case of too many like chefs spoiling their soup. Do you know what I mean? They've got too many. They've also almost got too many options now. They don't know that. Like Potter still ain't got a clue about his best team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough because they bought big in January, but like they're just with the players they've got, even playing at their worst, they should be able to be beaten like West Ham or mingling at the bottom.
Oh, easily. Yeah, without doubt.
Do you not think though as well that these signings they've not necessarily been Potter signings either? They've definitely been like board signings.
Not all of them.
Because when you think about, I don't think Graham Potter's knew the name of a single player he signed. To be fair. Like, not a fucking chance.
The thing, he probably would have turned around to Todd and be like, yo, Todd, I like the look of Mudryk. So Todd's like, consider it done. But like the likes of Enzo, Graham Potter probably would have said, I need this player. I can't imagine that. But the man's been used to Brighton buying £6 million strikers from Colombia.
Yeah, right, philosophy using what you've been dealt with.
Yeah. Because prior to Enzo, they had a choice of fucking. They were playing Jorginho and fucking Ruben Loftus-Cheek there. So if I'm Potter, I'm walking into Todd's room, getting on my knees and saying, "Please sign me, Enzo."
Price aside, I think that'll be their best signing.
100%, 100%.
He does look, and it is so annoying. He looks good so far. Obviously, very.
And the kit was nice as well. Yes.
Oh, don't even get me started on that kit. That is such a good kit. I hate it.
How did that? I only know his first. I'm not going to try. Yeah, that one. How did he look?
He played well in the half he came on against Fulham. He played well, and then it's all right in the West Ham game. Nothing.
He had that shot that got the force to save, but
again, his issue is if his injuries stay away from him.
He's still young as well, right?
Yeah,
23, 4, something like that.
Yeah.
23-4, but he's English, ain't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he came from Tottenham.
Yeah, he came from Spurs, did he? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it's in 5 years. He's played 4 90-minute games. I think he's injury prone as fuck, ain't he?
Yeah, looks that way.
Proper injury prone.
Which is such a shame for Chelsea.
But I mean, them signing Enzo. I mean, it's frustrating for Copley, but it's even more. It's frustrating for me because they signed Enzo and they gave us Jorginho. I was sitting there watching the fucking game, watching the United game, and said, "I hate that fucking Bruno Fernandes. I hate him. I hate him. You know, he's my most hated, closely followed by Jorginho." And I was like, "He plays for us now."
Jorginho, here we go.
It's horrible.
How much are you buying for?
12 million.
Yeah.
I mean, again, nothing.
No, it's 12.
A squad player, a depth player, who's obviously never going to get a sniff of your starting 3. but
It makes
It's
sense.
Jorginho.
it
pal.
makes perfect
Sorry,
sense.
that
But it's
man is only
horrendous.
20, by the way.
Oh, is he 20?
Okay. Yeah. It's
Injury prone at
It's
20.
like-
It's not looking good.
Start
Yeah.
the transfer window, yeah. Mudryk, main target. You're thinking, fuck
It was
this.
done. It was done.
Get in
Yeah,
there.
done.
we'll get Mudryk.
Yeah.
It's like Coppers
I'm
with
sitting
Gakpo.
there. Yeah, I'm sitting there till 2 a.m. watching fucking
James
videos
Bond.
on YouTube about Mudryk, right? I've watched the same run in the Champions League 62 times. He goes
Different
to
angles,
Chelsea,
slow-mo.
different angles. He fucked off to Chelsea. Apparently it was his dream play for Arsenal, but suddenly it's his dream play for Chelsea. And then we've signed Trossard, who, to be fair, when he's come on, he ain't looked bad. He offers
He
something
does
a
the
little different
job.
from
He does
Martinelli.
the job.
Quite like Trossard, you know. He's not bad. He's got a cool celebration. He scored on Saturday when we couldn't score. So unlike Trossard, then you're thinking, okay, so we signed Trossard for 25 million or whatever. We got money in the bank, and then you're
clearly
thinking,
got the funds.
and you're thinking Caicedo, and you're thinking, oh, we want Caicedo. We're making 1 bid, 2 bid, 3 bid, and you're thinking, we're going to get him. We're going to get him.
And he comes out
And
with an
then-
Instagram post.
And he comes up with an Instagram post thanking
I'm
Brighton
leaving.
and
Cheers,
saying,
bro.
you know, I've got 65 siblings that I've got to provide for, so I need to go make some money because he's on absolute peanuts there.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited. I wake up on a Monday morning and I've seen Jorginho, here we go, and I'm thinking, where's it all gone wrong? It's
Sensational.
like, I don't get it. Yeah, I think I'd rather have not signed anyone than signed Jorginho. I mean, El Hullet obviously is injured; he's out for 3 months, so we had to sign someone. So Jorginho wasn't quite what I had on.
Anyone but Jorginho.
Yeah, literally, I think I'd rather Henderson than Jorginho.
And he's
shit.
Bringing it-
raging in his seat.
Bringing a Hammer's meal now.
So we signed Jorginho. He's been with the club for 2 games and we haven't won.
Long may it continue up with Jorginho.
So
He's an
I-
undercover agent. We all know it. We all know it.
I would quite like Arsenal to terminate his contract. To be honest.
They're not very good at that with their players, though, so I doubt it.
No. Well, this is the thing. We spent so long trying to get rid of Deadwood and old people to go and sign someone who's fucking old. I don't really get it.
Honestly, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My heart bleeds for you.
I really don't like him. But it will be quite funny at the end of the season. Jorginho wins the league with Arsenal. It's going to be fantastic. When he lifts that trophy, it's just going to hit different.
Right, get that timestamped and clipped for me.
Fucking mate, you know, he's so slow. Oh.
He's just not good.
He came on against. Who did we lose to? Everton. He came against Everton. Within 6 seconds, we conceded. And I watched him for the next 25 minutes run around, and I thought, do you know what? Yeah, I'm tall. I've put some weight on in the last few years, but I reckon I'm faster than you. He's fucking slow. He's a horrible football player to watch.
Proper anti-football.
Moving on to
pasta.
Well, I didn't see it.
pass.
I ain't seen it. I haven't seen it. I ain't seen fuck all. What I've seen him do is give the ball away.
Also, I don't want to bring you up again, but you were also linked to Onana, who then had a fucking masterclass against
He had a
you as well.
9.9 out of 10.
He had an absolute masterclass.
He was there for 50 million. We could have got him for 50 million.
He
You're thinking,
was
do you know what?
shit hot as well.
He's big. He's strong. He's fast.
He's good.
He's the
He
second
is.
coming of Patrick
Sounds-
Vieira.
Sounds like
He's literally second coming of Patrick Vieira. He can strike a ball. He's aggressive. He's passionate. Wake up in the morning, Jorginho, and you're thinking, it's another story with Arsenal.
Someone up here.
Yeah, but we tend to sign. We don't go out and sign the big stars, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm excited for Jesus to come back. Eddie Nketiah's cameo is coming to an end. For 2 games, I thought, fuck me, he could be on to break Kane's records here. But yeah, if he's not scoring, he offers the square root of fuck all. And we saw that in the last 2 games. So get Jesus back, and we'll be back on track. Fantastic.
Well, when's he due
Oh,
back?
mate. I think he's actually been pushed forward, which is quite nice. I think probably maybe
Hope they rush
Three
him.
or
You know what happens when they push him forward?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Get back longer.
he's back on he's back on the training field.
Okay.
He's back
Shame.
kicking the ball about. I think his rehabilitation has been quite good. The camera panned to him on Saturday. He looked really sad. That made me sad. So hopefully he can hurry up and come back, because I really fucking miss him. I really miss him. He's such a good football player.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, moving on.
Right, do we get on to the
United getting revenge on Leeds.
Come on. No,
Yeah.
again, no. Let's not gas it. We
It
were
was a shite
again.
performance.
We were piss poor
Absolutely.
You were
until
okay. I'm
the
really, I,
77th minute.
No.
We were piss poor.
The
I didn't know
62nd
what you
minute, we made
were.
a change where Rashford played through the middle, and contrary to popular beliefs, Val played in behind. It wasn't like
10.
a second strike. He
It was a
played
position
in behind.
10.
And then we had 2 chances. Dallo rocketed one off the Denver. Rule 1, never the Denver.
Never
right.
And then we had another chance, and then it went back to being shit. And then suddenly, bang, we've scored 2. Game's over. I mean,
go on.
it's one of those where I was quite annoyed with the draw. Obviously, the draw in the other leg, because I felt like we at some point we deserved to win, even though we were shit for very small periods. But that game we were just shit all game and somehow come away with 3 points, which is important. Like, you do have those games, I get it, but it's like we played Barca.
I was going to say
Leicester have found some form. They scored 8 and 2. Then we got
That's
a
not
final against New
They played
I mean,
Spurs. Who they played before that?
Villa.
Spurs
I mean,
and Villa. Pretty shit.
Unai Emery's been doing all right. So hey, you never know. And then Newcastle in a final. So after that, we'll have some rest periods, and I'm hoping that's when things will start ticking again. But to play that shit, score 2, keep a clean sheet, get 3 points, it's not all doom and
One
gloom.
of those
But
that you had Sean Maguire centre back and still came out with a win. So
Yeah.
And a clean
is
sheet.
it really that bad? You've
and
rested everyone you needed.
Maguire and De Gea, who else probably? Half the team, I'm pretty sure they were seeing white and red in different colours. Because the
Malacia.
amount of times they were pinging a ball to fucking Leeds players was impressive.
Yeah. The couple of blunders. I think there's Somerville who was literally through on goal and just took that. I know it might have been Bamford, whoever it was, just took one too many. Leeds are just horrendous in the final third, to put it bluntly, which is kind of a blessing. But yeah, the misplaced passes from Maguire, from De Gea, Fred a couple of occasions. It was just.
Cricket man to man.
He did, yeah, but I can only imagine, mainly because of his
It was one of those
tackles attempted was like 5 more than the second person on the pitch.
If you were giving it to a United player, you'd be struggling. You'd
Yeah.
be really struggling.
I think we were watching the game, and Chaz went, Leeds have actually given this a real good go in like this. It was like the 65th minute, and I went, yeah, it's going to hurt even more when Rashford scores in the 70th minute and wins it, or sort of like a late winner. And then literally happened. I was like, I should have clipped that. I was like,
exact same thing as well.
Yeah,
exact same thing as the first leg, the first game. Rashford goes through the middle, bang, header, goal.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice that he's got that. We got that 6'9" giant that can't head a ball in the box, but then as soon as Rashford goes there, he scores. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a stat. I think
a stat. Yeah, that stat.
Was it Statman Day?
Even without him.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Without him, you're scoring a goal every 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Tony Marshall, I know you're going to listen to this. I miss you so much. Please,
Fuck off.
I miss him.
You need to give up on him.
No, I've given up. I've given up.
No,
Like, I just wish he could stay fit, but obviously he does.
But the thing is, you're back in the title race now, aren't you? With the drop points for Arsenal, so you're
Apparently
you're
so.
there or thereabouts.
Apparently, Big Val Vekos is in a title race.
There you go.
The thing, we're just over halfway through the season, and how many points upon Arsenal you?
5, but you have 2 games in hand on us.
One of which was Man City. So I mean, like, there's this.
You could have a say in this race.
I think whether United fans like it or not, you are kind of third wheel in the title race a little bit. You're kind of clinging on.
To be fair, if let's say we beat Leicester and let's assume Barca absolutely pump us, which by the looks of it they're going to. It would be less games. Assuming Arsenal, you're still in the Europa League, right? You go straight to the knockout phase.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could be where. There's still a lot of football to play, you know what I mean? Like, United have 15 more games left to play, Arsenal 17. So there is still a lot of football to play. And as well as other competitions, obviously, assuming we come out of the Europa League, we've only got one more left of the Carabao Cup. I've forgotten who we got in the FA Cup. I don't know if it's drawn yet.
West Ham.
Oh, yeah.
Question to the United fans. Obviously, you've played.
Would you take
Arsenal.
getting knocked out of the Europa League?
No. You've played Arsenal and City twice. Arsenal and City. You're done with them
Twice.
this season, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs once more.
do you want? It's the game on Wednesday. Do you want either team to win? I mean, obviously, you put a team on City to win, or do you want to draw because you want to be there or thereabouts?
I would want a City win because then that if we class that as a game in hand, you'll still be within touching distance, and you'll both be 5 points ahead with only a game in hand.
United are there.
You would still want a City win because then you're only 5 points behind both, and Arsenal only have one game in hand. You'd want a City win if you look at it mathematically.
Yeah, but I'm thinking confidence for then Arsenal if they go and win that game as well after. Mathematically, City win, but I'd take a draw.
Like United they are there, and to be fair,
it's not out of the conversation. Don't get me wrong. I just think it's a massive stretch because
I wouldn't go and put a bet on it.
No, for me, a big thing, and I know you're all sick and tired of me saying this, but I'm going to bring it up because I don't think I've said it on here. But I have actually had a look factually since the World Cup. As that Newcastle game's played, we would have played 18 games since the World Cup. And for example, I think Arsenal, just because they were top, I had a look, they would have only played like 10 games. So the fact we played in 2 weeks' time, we'd have played 8 more games than their team that's top of the league is crazy that we're still getting a result like that today. So I think after that, that's when, if any time Arsenal or City drop points, that's when we look to maybe claw our way into this race, if anything, because I feel like we've got a fair few injuries. We've got 2 rest players. I mean, we've rested Varane today. Martinez is out for the weekend, but I think after that is when, if anything, we'll
full
be
steam
in
ahead
the race.
But you're still in all 4 competitions, aren't you?
Yeah.
But after the Newcastle game, it's obviously a bit less heavy because obviously there's the World Cup. We've had to reschedule. The Queen died, so we had to reschedule.
How many games you got?
We had this extra game because of
that game.
Barca twice, Leicester.
Barca twice, Leicester.
3.
Yeah.
4 games essentially.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We played a crazy amount of football.
I know we got Liverpool Saturday, and
we played 2 games a week since like January.
It'll be interesting to see how many injuries we get over the season compared, obviously, with the World Cup, just to see what sort of effect that's had in general.
Yeah,
I think we've done all right. I mean, Martial's made of glass. We know that.
I don't know. I've got no idea how Thomas Partey's still running around that pitch. He's been playing for the last fucking however many games. I don't know how he hasn't been injured.
I mean, yeah.
In the World Cup.
Eriksen's our most played player, and then Andy Carroll came along. I thought, no, fuck this.
Eriksen's our most played?
Yeah, he's our most played player before.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Played like every fucking game.
Talking of injuries, I think it is really, really impressive how Saka hasn't been injured over the last 2 seasons.
Oh,
it's incredible.
Yeah. His rehab work after games must be.
I'm touching wood because if I don't touch wood, he's going to get injured next game and be out for the season. But I mean, I don't know how what a shame. Yeah. I don't know how we haven't sustained any like serious injuries. It's quite.
Yeah, behind the Jesus, you haven't really had any. Really.
I forgot about my baby.
Fucking borrow some. We've got some
That was
spare.
injuries. No.
Yeah.
That's I mean, today we've missed 1, 2, 3, 4 of our starting 11 were out. Obviously, one's a suspension, but
who was suspended today? Oh, Casemiro.
Casemiro. Then McTominay's injured.
Why didn't Martinez play?
So he's suspended for the Barca game. So Luke Shaw's going to play centre back. So it makes sense to play Luke Shaw today. So he's kind of in that
test run
role again, and obviously he can't play Martinez Shaw.
And
why didn't play Shaw? Why didn't play Shaw Varane? It didn't really make sense to me, but.
Well, if you could give Varane a rest before Barca.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a mini El Clasico. Is Casemiro playing on Tuesday?
No, yeah, I think so. He shouldn't roll over.
I doubt it carries over to you.
So he missed Leeds, and he'll miss Leicester. Yeah, he'll play first Barca.
Yeah, he will. Yeah,
he's going to kill someone. He's going to kill someone.
Yeah.
One of the 2 legs. Someone is ending up in A&E.
Oh, something like old times, Casemiro versus Busquets.
Yeah. But does Busquets still start?
No,
I guess no one knows, but all I know is Barca 8 points clear
with that league.
Yeah.
Lewandowski's scoring like it's piss.
Yeah, that'd be a very interesting game. But again,
United fans, how's Frankie doing? Is he doing good?
Apparently, he's having a really good season.
He's getting ready to come to Old Trafford. I told you he was joining. I told you.
Can't wait for Casemiro to break his leg. He's going to snap him.
brilliant. I meant no, that'd be horrible. Really bad.
What's next? Last topic.
Merseyside Derby.
Which has
just a little one, just a little touch on.
Jim is excited.
No, he's not. He hates life. I used to always look forward to Merseyside derbies. I don't know why.
I'm looking forward to this.
There was always aggression, regardless. You know what I mean? There was always.
If there's ever a week to put a yellow card bet on.
Anana's getting a booking.
They've never been close in talent, so it's always just a bit of a scrap, no matter what.
I
still don't think they are, but
as a whole, when I look at a game, I just sit there and think this could be a really poor football game.
Oh yeah, it could possibly go one of the worst.
I think it was last season, or it was the start of the season, or something like that.
0-0.
No, the game this season, it was like obviously Liverpool weren't great, but Everton were fucking piss, and it was still like a proper contest. So I think it's one of those games where Everton are always the worst team, but they'll put some fight up.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be similar, but this time obviously Liverpool are in disarray. They are fucking.
If there's ever a time for Everton to be up for it, is this?
Yeah.
Especially after a big win. Big win against Arsenal. Daichi's there, telling the lads, get your fucking shorts on, shin pads on when we're training, and do some fucking
sprints. Is what he's been saying.
Get through the box, Jordan.
Players come across, inside
the goalpost and out.
Exactly.
I've watched this masterclass.
Win over the fans to go and beat Arsenal and then beat Liverpool a week later.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be huge for their relegation race.
Even survival, yeah. I mean, where are they sitting at the minute? Hang on, let's have a look. So they're currently 18th.
No,
Everton. Everton currently 18th on 18 points with a game in hand with the teams above. So even if they draw, they've played 21.
If they draw, they stay where they are, but same points as Leeds. If they win, they go up to 16th.
Yeah. I think, well.
No, I think about it.
It wouldn't surprise me if they come away with a win.
It wouldn't surprise me either, not in the slightest.
We're all the Toffees.
Not after Wolves.
It's at Liverpool, but even then.
So against it?
Absolutely shit.
I was saying that little relegation battle is obviously, you can imagine Southampton are pretty much confirmed down.
Yeah.
After they hired David Graham from the office, but the rest of them, like, it's all relatively close. You win one or two games and get some drop points. Everyone's
Leeds
sort of in the mix.
I still can't get over the fact West Ham are down there.
Such a fall from grace.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Like how are you going to qualify for the Europa League 2 seasons in a row? I believe it was. Get to a semi-final last year, and then fall to literally a Premier League relegation battle with no European football. I just don't understand what's happened. They didn't sell any like big players or anything, did they?
Not really.
Yeah. Charlison. Oh wait. West Ham.
West Ham. We moved on, mate.
I've seen a lot of West Ham fans.
He said big players, Copley.
Yeah, sorry.
I've seen a lot of West Ham fans saying that Europa League run did paper some cracks of like Premier League performances and stuff. So I think that run might have just taken it out of them all a bit, and somehow just still haven't been able to get up for it.
Yeah,
what a shame.
Look, if they get relegated, I'm happy to take Rice for 40 million.
Yeah,
I'm happy. Which means that come August, people just sign Fabinho for 6.
Nice little pivot of Jorginho and Fabinho.
You know what? I heard Naby Keita's on the market soon, Chaz.
Too right.
Hey, don't look at me. We've got midfielders, mate. Tell you who hasn't got midfielders. Spurs.
You've been linked already. That is
we have.
With a spice of McTominay.
Newcastle have McTominay. Spurs get Keita. Oh, brilliant! What a window.
Arsenal get Rice and Caicedo, where everyone's happy.
I'm not too sure. and then United get bought out by Qatar. Just buy Mbappe. Bring in Mbappe.
This time next week, there should be more news. Apparently, Friday's like, I don't know if it's a deadline or what.
Copper's getting his hopes up.
Friday,
it's starting to creep in.
Friday, I'm either going to kill myself or love my life.
So I don't think. I think Friday's when stage 2 like bidding starts.
Yeah,
I think I've seen like five are shortlisted, but God knows who they are. All I know
don't want to
is
look too much into it. Because if I get my hopes up, I come crashing down.
We're all Radcliffe, aren't we?
Yeah, all Radcliffe. He wants to do it. He wants to do it organically and like economically safely, and that's what we're all about.
The second coming of Daniel Levy.
Exactly, that's what we taught him.
We're all fucking.
I saw when the window ended, I saw like so many United fans going, "That's the last window under the Glazers."
I saw that, and I was
hope
like,
it's not. I hope you got a few more in you.
That. I don't know, because as soon as we start doing well, if we nab a cup win, they're like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll keep them." Actually,
the protests have stopped now, haven't they? Now you're winning, so it doesn't really matter to them.
God, yeah, you're on right point.
Oh, on that note,
Copley, you didn't team of the week this week?
Yeah, I think I am.
That'll be in our TikTok at some point this week. Nice.
Probably Thursday, you know.
Yeah, he's always late, isn't he?
Any early contenders for team of the week?
Oh shit, hell.
Probably Onana.
Onana. He plays tomorrow.
Yeah, they play tomorrow. So, yeah, to be fair, I'll have to do it after tomorrow. That gives me an extra day. Perfect.
Oh, team.
Yeah, team of the week. Early contenders. Fucking hell, it's been a shit week.
Fraser Forster, probably.
Madison played well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Madison will probably get in there.
Yeah, Nacho played well.
Tony will probably get in there.
Why? Why, Tony? He scored a goal that should have been disallowed.
He was not getting in. Salah. It's fine.
Yeah, he's not getting in.
I reckon you can make a case for Jorginho to be in there, to be fair. For the job.
You know me, being the unbiased fan I am, I'll probably throw Rashford in there as well. Or Alejandro. We'll sprinkle one of them in there. We'll just sprinkle one in there. It's been, now I think about it, it's been a pretty bad week, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. And it's do you know what? It's been the last 8 days of football for me have been really, really sad.
Me and you both, brother.
May long it continue.
Yeah.
On to Wednesday.
Or Thursday, yeah.
Well, you say that, okay, but if you thought Arsenal fans were unbearable before, if we go and beat fucking Man City on Wednesday, you just fucking wait. We will be unbearable.
I'm logging off Twitter and closing Discord forever.
Block.
Simple fact is, as of right now, we are still the best team in the league. So fuck you all.
What a note to end it on. What a note. Yeah.
Fuck Spurs and fuck Ryan Randall.
Right, go on then, Jordan. You can do the intro. Wait, what did you say?
I mention every week.
I was going to say, he gets a shout out from Chaz every week.
I'll give him a shout out every week for his ludicrous football takes.
Yeah, Matea's going to get 20 goals this season.
What was it he said in Sip's chat? He said something for the Sip on Saturday. Was it Saturday? I can't remember what he said. But he said something. I remember watching Sip's stream, and I just see Sip he just went. He was like, what are you talking about?
I do that often.
That's like every other message for Sip.
I'm like, I know Tottenham fans have got to sit together, but some of the stuff I'm like, I just can't back it. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it is.
Fuck Randall, up the Glazers.
There we go. 2 right. Bosh.
What the hell? Right.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Thank you very much. If you made it this far, leave a comment, subscribe as well, or follow if you're on Spotify, and all the other links will be in the description. Any final words?
In a bit.
If you are still here, Glazers out is the comment of the week. That's we got a comment.
Oh, we should do that every week. That's genius, Copley.
Yeah,
when no one comments it, it's going to be really, really disheartening.
Exactly. But hey,
when we're 9 weeks in and no one said watermelon, we're going to be devastated. So,
Good night, God bless.
Peace.